Thank you, gentlemen. Right then, I I know I think ViCi have done more than we expected in this series so far. There were some chances, there were some screw ups there. I mean, maybe they wouldn't have won the whole map. They would have won some more rounds, I think, or that they would have had a fairer chance of doing so. So there's potential, but I think things are getting to get harder for them. But we will start with the knife round down.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned on the end of the first half, just like saying that I felt like the game was going to come down to very slim margins, and given like the amount of mistakes we saw, from both teams, effectively in certain spots, it really was like that. So I'm worried for ViCi here, though. When we saw them against ENCE, I wasn't impressed by their train. I felt like they had a lot of leaks that ENCE weren't exploiting. And I'm curious, and I would imagine Avangar would be better suited to exploit them.
I would hope so.
Yeah, they should be. They should be much better suited to exploit them. So we'll have to see if that's the case or not. It could also be the case that Avangar wouldn't necessarily have. Maybe they wouldn't have done any preparation per se specifically for ViCi, but instead for other opponents. No idea, no insight into how their preparation goes or looks. Or at this event in particular. But either way, they will start off on the CT side, so the answers will come to us sooner rather than later, because it was the T sides that I felt like ENCE struggled a bit more than they should have against ViCi. We've got that Molly by Advent, so that just tells us it's going to be a B play. And there is a spot there. You can see it, Keycut looking for the information. He's got all the info. He's dodged all the bullets too. He's done a Neo impression. That's a nice first kill as well. Oh, the Molly's gone for the connector. Kika still doing damage though.
Yeah, he's being a nuisance. The bomb's been planted. But again, things can escalate quickly in a pistol round, although 5 versus 2. Maybe we're asking a lot of these ViCi Gaming players. And now it's a 5 versus 1 for Omen. Now it's a 5 versus none. Everybody took damage who has Kevlar, although, let me see, James... Yeah, he took damage to his Kevlar as well, despite being headshot. So there'll be no cheap helmets in this round, which is at least something. But a bomb's been planted, so we'll see what ViCi Gaming choose to do. The Krieg party is still possible, as this is pre-patch.
Yeah, I'm curious how aggressive Avangar will play. I think that there's a lot of different ways to approach this round. You could try to shut down the spots where you think the Krieg might be useful, but it is. There's so many good avenues for getting value out of the Krieg, whether that be team main, whether that be IV, whether that be ladder. It's also value pretty much everywhere with it. So having got 4 towards A. And one thing about ViCi's CT side when we get there is they put 2 players on B very often, and much more so than we see teams typically in the West do. Often it's more setups like this that you'll see, whereby you have a quick rotation from connector as the second man, as opposed to kind of really committing 2 players into the B site. And right now, Avangar, knowing that they have an advantage on weaponry, this is a round where you want to play 2 players towards B, generally just to protect against the burst. And you can see they'll give up the front areas of the A bomb site too, because of the same reason.
50 seconds are left. Kaze starting to peek, starting to poke and prod with the Krieg. Not seeing much of anything just yet. Shoking taken out in the meantime, and here comes the push now. 37 seconds left. That Krieg is still in play, but there's not much else behind it. A long spray with no scope. Kaze's been practicing. He's low now, 29 seconds left, and at this point they risk giving up this Krieg to the CTs. Again, these tight choke points of train would be quite the problem, and indeed, everybody will be eliminated. So nice 2-0 for Avangar. They will, I don't think they reached the Krieg in time. However, they only lost 1 player, so there are plenty of benefits to be had.
There are Kriegs to come. So okay. Actually, ViCi take a timeout. It's not often you'll see a timeout in round 3. I wonder what that's about. Maybe it is well, no, it's just a regular tactical timeout. So it's going to be really interesting to see if Avangar go aggro, take away that team main control. James is going to be really annoying. I can imagine he's going to be extremely annoying, in fact, on this map.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a serious problem.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a serious problem. So that's going to be quite the challenge for these players to deal with. Starting on the T side as well, I think there's a fair chance it's worst case scenario for ViCi Gaming. But, I mean, it's on paper, I think there's a fair amount of doom and gloom. But it all comes down to performing. And maybe they can do that. They kept the AWP out of James' hand in a fair chunk of the of that last half. So maybe they can do the same here on Train. But that might not be enough, especially if they pick up the Kriegs. I think those tight choke points, as you've mentioned before, Dan, holding the angles on a CT side, that may prove very troublesome.
Yeah, there's some really, really deadly spots. Very powerful. But that's something we can talk more about as we see incidences of it. Is that word? I think it's a word.
I believe it is.
Lost faith in my abilities.
With words.
Yeah, I must question everything. So we do have a couple of players that could walk upper here for ViCi. They are fairly spread out there as a team. The bomb above the ladder at this point. And so this is perhaps a default that we'll see commonly by them. To go into the B-bomb side, I think they have the Lurk and Ivy.
40 seconds left. I do wonder what Omen's play is here, considering how far everybody is, unless they... Oh, never mind, they're charging into the B-bomb site now, but Omen's rotation is the longest possible one, so I think he's going to be on the flank, but what will he have to flank? Because the push into B has failed, and they're going into A instead. James on the bomb site itself, and Mo's going through connector. Omen's having to walk, somehow gets an early shot onto a Dren, but he will not survive. So 2 versus 5, make it 1 now. Towards the A bomb site, the bomb's been lost, and Kaze really doesn't have any position.
He's going to have to be the hero Krieg in the following round at this point. Oof, I've got a nasty feeling, James, that this could be like a 16-4 or something like that. Like something really scary, because this is again like ViCi. They played really well in Mirage. They played really well on Inferno, but Train, I'm still not convinced. They have to make a convincing argument here for us. And it's a rough start. Plenty of time to get something going.
I wonder what the plan was there for Omen. How they activate him so far away from his team, but he's just waiting.
I mean, I think he was supposed to lurk Ivy originally, but either way, Kazi did save the Krieg. He'll get his way out of the ladder position, looking for the damage. He won't be able to get anything though. His teammates will cut down as well. Oh no. It's the all-man left, and it's the all-man now dead. And that's 4-0 for Avangar. It's a very smooth beginning for them. And the money continues to grow and grow and grow. And James, you'd be interested to know that only one player has died for Avangar.
That should mean they have a lot of money.
And
it's not too shabby so far.
Yeah.
For Avangar anyway.
They haven't decided to pull out Norb yet.
Mo is 5-0. Rocking 2 AKs at present, Avangar. So yeah, this looks very promising for them. It is early games, early days. It is definitely the late game. HE up the ladder. That's kind of rude. Shoking will respond with a Molotov, a specific lineup. And 4 players are above the B bomb sites. But 3 players are here for Avangar, so they seem to have an idea as to what to expect. This time, Omen's outside A main. He has a Galil. He's holding a flashbang, which he has just deployed into A. And that's actually, that flashbang is enough to send James through connector towards the A bomb site, it seems. But he'll go back towards B, but now he's out of position.
Yeah, but there's still 2 players close on the bomb train, so that could be an issue. Bust has been spotted now, surely, and indeed he'll get traded out, but how much more damage can really be done? Shoking will find his way onto a flank, but he's the only one left now at this point. Trying to find more, and he's got time, but the bomb is lost. You can see it there by the cogs, by the coils, by the cogs? And you'll have to see if he can find something. He might get the element surprising on the key code. Doesn't seem to expect this. Oh no! That was very, very desperate. 8 points of health left on Shoking now at this point. Oh, he's found a headshot. That's fantastic. Going for the plant at the back of the bomb site, trying to bait it out. Find out where Mo's coming from. Has no idea that he's coming from the upper position. And now Shoking's actually going to go for the plant on the outer bomb site. This is unreal that he's actually on for this clutch, James.
Very bizarre situation. 3 kills so far, Shoking looking for the 4th. Does he go up the ladder? No, he goes into the sandwich position towards E-box. Mo going the long way round. Can he find the right angle though? Does he go all the way towards Ivy? That would waste a lot of time. He does have a kit, but doesn't have all the time in the world. Continues to press on. Shoking with 8 HP. That bomb's really far ticked. If he's got to go for the smoke diffuse, then don't think it's too likely. There we go. Shoking finds the right angle. And there's the first round on the board for ViCi Gaming.
Yeah, sick clutch from Shoking. And Spindle, that was the word I was looking for. Man, that is not bad, is it? From 4 players, you know, having 0 deaths to Shoking just eliminating everyone. Really well played by Shoking. And if you consider that when he was creeping up, I think it was on a key cut. The fact that like the bullets just didn't connect, how awkward that was. But he still managed to just right the ship and just turn it around into a victory. That's fantastic. However, there is so much more to be done.
Yeah, there's a lot more to be done. This is a mountain which needs to be climbed for ViCi Gaming. And all they've done really is cause Avangar to bring out the big guns, or at least the big gun. Jame on the AWP now. The rest on M4A4s. No silenced M4s to be found at the moment.
Here come the pre-nades to prevent any fast action out of the T-Con. Teammate. Trying to keep tabs on the position. Shoking trying to make his way out. I'm sure he's running on a confidence high after that previous round success. Jam Young doesn't know when to stop, Jake. He just keeps going.
This is wild. They're just absolutely going for it, Wing everywhere, trying to... I mean, how do you prepare for this? It's absolute bedlam, and somehow this has turned around with the help of an AWP on Kaze and a Krieg. Adren and Buster remain, and it seems they're going to save.
Yeah, there's no choice. And it might be, well, I mean...
That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to say, I think, you know, what would be an adjustment from Avangar. I don't think there is really a strict adjustment there. I think, obviously, one thing that really absolutely shuts down the, you know, when you walk upper on the B bomb site is if there is an AWP that's posted up somewhere for the CTs, whether that's connector, whether that's, you know, towards the CT spawn, like whatever it is. Like having an AWP is really good way to deal with that, but you know, you don't necessarily want to commit 2 players towards the B bomb site all the time. If you allow the Ts to kind of condition you to do that, all of a sudden you're very weak outside. And so then that can be exploited. So you got to be really careful that you don't over-adjust in certain spots. And I think you know that was just a great pace from ViCi Gaming and just hit their shots. And this is something that Thorin was saying on the desk earlier as well. That you know one thing that you can take away from this is that ViCi, a lot of the success they've been finding is largely because they've been hitting their shots largely better than their opposition.
4-2. Avangar, they make the decisions quickly when it comes to preserving their money. And they've got the rifles out once again. Now, will ViCi continue to surprise us after turning things around in unlikely fashion, as it sometimes is, but it doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it. 3 Ts towards Ivy. The smoke is up for now, and Mo is reapproaching the situation. There are some nice solo pop flashes you can do here. A left and right click release towards Ivy from the nearest ladder. Something Nico used to do in front of this green train. Pointing at the ceiling. Some nice pop flashes. You can make a few steps before it goes off. It's a nice bait setup.
And this is what I wanted to see, James. Like from ENCE when they were playing against ViCi, is like T main takes. This is because you have to retake ladder room. You got to retake T main, and it's not going to work out for Buster. He's going aggressive there, but Mo is looking absolutely clinical here on the Ivy position. His teammates are holding his back as well, so he's not going to get backstabbed, and he's really done surely enough in this position. Orman, though, with the creep, we know how dangerous he is, trying to find that kill against Adren. Having to pull out the pistol to finish him off. And that's a 5-2 for Avangar. And the Krieg collected. A lovely bounty to take home.
Back in the W column, the win column, and Buster's got himself a Krieg. That extra scope will certainly help on the CT side, as we've discussed before. And ViCi Gaming are going to be buying within an inch of their economy. So this is going to be a key round for the next few rounds for both these sides. This is a very important one to win. Advent down to the Mach 10. That might suggest a fast play towards the B bomb site. And ViCi's running is also suggesting that Kiket will have the sound cues. The smoke is up, and that's surely going to help him. Robotic first kill. He gets another one as well. So he's made it doable for his team as they try to position themselves in the B bomb site. We've got deep Molotovs to try and stop the spread of CTs. So we'll see how it goes. We've got Jay with a really nice flick, and there's only 2 more players to deal with.
Yeah, it should be quite easy to slowly but surely work their way forward on the train yard. You can see their systematic and methodical usage of utility to clear out space safely so they aren't to be surprised. And Kaze and Orman will have to make the impossible possible here, but we've seen it so many times before. It's Orman against 4. He's got the Molotov. Are there smokes? There is a smoke. And so that Molotov is immediately nullified, and Orman tries to do some damage. He'll get a kill onto Mo. It looks like he'll get out of there in time. So another round to Avangar, 6-2. The ViCi success has been few and far between, James. It's just, I mean, that one round was a crazy clutch and from choking, but beyond that, we're not seeing consistent success.
Yeah, the bomb was planted, which helps ViCi Gaming. That extra money is much needed. A late tactical timeout just to get that extra time. If I'm not mistaken, the buy time will start again afterwards. We'll see. We'll soon see. Kaze's managed to eke out another AWP. Omen on the creek still. Advent on the AK-47. Some other plays still need to buy. Yeah, there we go. Some extra time. Avangar well equipped, of course. Scores on the doors. Mo is 10 for 4. Not just Inferno he'll deliver on for Avangar. He's been a pretty good stand-in so far. Again, with any luck, Sanji will be able to join us for the coming days, should Avangar survive. The loser of this game will be eliminated. So we shall see. Shoking trying to make another play into the A bomb site. This time he makes it towards the Olofmeister position. He'll be searched for, looked for. He will try to smoke him out, choke him out. Standing in the flames. He's still alive though, Sandwich. Has he been spotted? Maybe. I'm not quite sure. Well, he's dead now. And his teammates will join him one by one, it seems. All of a sudden, it's just Advent versus 4. There are 2 players by Ivy. If he faces, surely he is going to die. But can he take somebody with him? That's the question. And the answer is no. Gets flanked, faces 3 at the same time. 7-2 for Avangar. Nothing untoward is happening at this point.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You know, Train is a map whereby it should be possible. Like, if you can really get blown up by a team that just has solid defense. And that's what's scary when the team CT side gets their economy rolling, because they get that security that if there is a hiccup here or there, they can just they'll be okay. They can kind of weather it and it's fine. But you know, largely, you know, again, the map is a lot more simple. You know, you're basically playing on bomb sites 100% of the time. There's no classic mid and all the rest of it. I don't want to, you know, of course, don't have time to go into all of the details, but yes, Avangar looking pretty drilled. Mo seems to have slotted in quite nicely in terms of the role that he's filling for the team as a stand-in. And ViCi, it doesn't seem to be enough to kind of outgun their opponents right now. You know, Avangar are playing their setups correctly. They're using their utility correctly, mixing things up, hitting their shots generally. And we've got a half-life for ViCi, the hero Krieg on Kaze. But what can he do with it?
1 minute on the clock. Not the first time we've seen a hero rifle for either team. Jam Young is in the upper area, I think looking towards Spools and the ladder on B, hoping for a peek. He won't get one. There is a way to hop off the ladders quickly if you... Actually, there's not going to be time to talk about it right now, but maybe a little later on. The late smoke grenade is so helpful for Kika. He goes close, so if they try to burst through it, he can block them. But he will tell them he's close, but he reloads close as well. I'm surprised they didn't go faster as soon as they heard the reload, but maybe it's a bait. Anyway, 28 seconds, they go through the sidewalk position. Can they get a bomb plant? They're in a sandwich, and Kika, it seems, will be enough. James ran the back, and Omen's up top to punish the rotation, but the bomb's been lost. There's 19 seconds on the clock. Flashbang will flash him, and that will make it easier for the kill. And the score is 8-2. So just quickly, if you're going, the fastest way to go up a ladder is pressing forward and right, or forward and left, depending on the angle you're holding. But if you just do that, you'll kind of bounce at the top of the ladder, especially when you're trying to make a play upper B quickly. But if you're, say, facing the left and then you turn to the right, holding only right near the top, then you can just go off the ladder immediately without that kind of air time and make progress a lot faster.
Well, the desperate run towards the ladder position has been uncontested for Mo, which is always nice. And there's a nice catch from Jame, doing critical damage to Orman, down to 16 HP. That's not fun for ViCi Gaming. And once again, we see the T-Con harassment. Buster looking to... is he going to smoke it off? It's always fun when you see that. It's a bit early to expend the smoke, perhaps, though. And Shaking is now having to be wary that there could be a CT pushing that position. So it is burning time. Time that could otherwise have been used, maybe trying to get a pick or closing down more forward positions. Mo still providing issues here for ViCi. They're going to attack into the ladder room. Can Mo get two? He's going to slowly but surely push forwards. Gets nothing from it. There's a chance now for ViCi, that's for sure.
Down Adren goes. It's a 5 versus, well, it's a 4 versus 3 now, but still got some good odds, although they get a lot worse with the bomb lost and a smoke-in sandwich. There's a CT and a bomb to deal with. That's a lot of variance to be had, but Buster's alone now. 35 seconds to try and stay alive, some nice bursts. He falls away from the bomb. At least that's something for the T side. 1 versus 1 will be enough, and Jam Young will find a third round for ViCi Gaming. Now you start to wonder how many they can pull out of this T side. Can they give themselves a fighting chance moving into the CT side? 3 on the board so far. Again, we've got key rounds coming up as Avangar will have to spend all their money. So there is a chance for ViCi, if they can win this round, the right round, the most important round, and just break the Avangar defenses, and who knows what comes after that. But that is a big ask.
And deciding how to spend the money with this timeout. Everyone has 6+K except Mo. He's on 3, so it's actually pretty simple. And yeah, Mo trying to find a way to play that, and you can see Adren then getting called out of position. If Adren was maybe in a spot where he could have had a fight, maybe that round would have been a lot different, given that Jane would have had someone to play off of then. But it is, sometimes it's like dominoes in Counter-Strike. Once the wrong piece falls, it sets something in motion, which cannot be stopped. Like your addiction to buying skins, James.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. I broke an interesting threshold in my Steam spending, and probably in the last week. But anyway, Shoking once again is going to be the man to risk it all and go quickly into the A bomb site. That is a sneaky angle towards the Olafmeister position that a sniper can hold from Ivy. Really important angle to be aware of. Mo goes fishing, but I don't know if he saw the player buy sandwich. Indeed, he didn't. Joking takes out Buster for free. I don't know how Buster avoided detection there. He was Solid Snake in a cardboard box, and he made it towards Sandwich. Now there's a chance. Flashes all over the place and trades. Jane with 2, however, and he's going to get his looking for an ace, but he'll be denied by Kaze. 2 versus 2, minute 15 on the clock. Bombs on the floor. Leg's been spotted. A tag, but no frag. Mo falling back through Old Bomb, and Keycut is against Omen now, and only Omen. Keycut and Mo. There's time on the clock. That bomb, he will feel exposed trying to collect it, but he might just be okay for a time.
Big rotation to ladder could cause issue. It's a big win for the CTs because they don't have IV control right now, so that will shut down that line of sight. Not from Ivy, but from Ladder instead, and he's going to find a crosshair from E-Box. Ooh, he goes for the shots. It wasn't a clear one. That's going to... That's okay, well, he just swings it.
I wonder if it was really interesting. I wonder if he would have been baited into trying to make a play towards B there, because Mo was just standing inside connector.
Yeah.
So I think he was likely doomed. I can't imagine... Oh, who knows?
Yeah, I was thinking that if he just... Because there's not a clean shot there, you just let him pass, and he maybe gambles that the Ivy/ladder plant, and then you just swing out and kill him.
Yeah, back train stop sign was one of the only viable plants there, unless he goes to the middle of the bomb trains. But anyway, we'll never know now. 9-3, and again, it's another hero rifle for ViCi Gaming in the hands of Kaze. He's the primary scoper of the team, if you will. 9-3. James is naked with the AWP. Tika drops the incendiary. And there have been so many fast rounds from ViCi Gaming. I'm not surprised he just drops that straight away. Better safe than sorry. But it's a short-term play. What about the long-term? There's a HE over the top. Doesn't do as much as they would have liked, Avangar. ViCi Gaming still have 2 players looking to creep up Ivy. And the bomb moves away from B towards main. The bomb is in isolation.
It's a great right-eye peek, that one. He's going to smoke off the bomb. He may not decide to actually hold that for very long, but it is just really annoying. And it's because the mere presence lasts for quite some time, because he could be anywhere.
Yeah, it could be. He could have helped there. It could be 2 of them there now. Could be in that tight left corner. But he's just standing his ground. No respect style from Adren. Let's pad the stats.
Here he goes, looking for another challenge. He'll find the Krieg, though. As you say, no respect style. Like, could have just gone towards E-Box or whatever and just survived. And there's definitely a way that they could have lost 0 guns here. But you know what? They don't care. They just don't care. 10-3. ViCi still on the struggle bus, and it seems like it's driving. Soon off a cliff, James. It's reaching that cliff face. There's nowhere else to go.
We have a timeout from Avangar. As you can see at the top of your screen in the HUD, up below equipment value. I used to climb a lot of fences as a kid. Not for trespassing purposes, but
what were your
it was a short way to the football field rather than walking all the way around.
Did you have like a favorite type of fence to climb? Like certain materials?
No, I wasn't. I wouldn't say I was an enthusiast.
Metal.
I mean, they were
wire mesh.
Not wire mesh. No, those are not fun. And they were buckled, but thick metal fences.
Okay, so not wooden though, because you got the splinter effect there. That's not good.
Yeah, no countryside fences. Just a big metal fence with spikes sticking out. But it's heavy and it holds the weight, so it's fine.
Electric fences?
No.
Okay, well,
not much of a cowman.
We have a full buy for ViCi as well as they can at least. Deagle will be present on Advents. Everyone else looking good though. James just hanging out in the flames, walking the hot coals.
Oops.
He wants to go back in.
Eager beaver.
Nice. Good leg shot there onto Jam Young. Gets the info as well. James. Oh, hello. Okay. That's going to miss Show King and Jam Young, who are the weekend players. This is very troublesome for ViCi. They're really struggling to get out these choke points. Adren there, looking to hold down from Sandwich. Show King has created problems there previously, but it looks very much under control here for Avangar so far. Just 1 kill from Kaze onto Adren. The Krieg can't find its target. And now Kaze and Jam Young are all that's left to try to find some damage. Jam Young's crept into the B-bomb site at least, but the problem is that the reason he's been able to do that is because Keycut's pushed. Keycut's, oh my god, what was that? That must have been a pure no-scope in the face, James. I love it.
In the face. There's a chance to plant the bomb. There's a chance to win the round. Jam Young, if he can get 2, Indeed he can. What in the blazes? These are much needed rounds as well. And again, it doesn't matter how you get them as long as you get them. But it still needs to be secured. Does Buster have some sound cues? Because you sort of see he's scurrying to the other side of the bomb site. Buster doesn't have a smoke grenade. And I don't see him doing this. Look at the creep. Jam Young looking to cause even more problems. Young Jam would be a good nickname. Does he go for it? I don't think so. Buster, better start running because 28 HP might not be enough.
Ooh.
Houdini running up the stairs. He has to go closer to the bomb, but he will survive.
They need this gun too because their money is absolutely wrecked now. Finally. He actually can't even afford to drop for a teammate, but they will have enough to have an ult on James. They always find a way.
Scope.
Nice.
I don't bother scoping half the time. I just no scope a bitch. Famas is out for Mo. Kikert is Deagle and no Kevlar. He sacrificed like Elson John. Now this position can be naded. When Astralis are playing on the CT side, you'll often see some nades here trying to catch Dupree. 2, sometimes 3 HE grenades. A Molotov may go below by the ladder. James looks to the upper area of B. Again, a 3-man investment from Avangar towards the B bomb site. They are believers. Look at the crouch peak. That's absurd.
Yikes. Really impressive. Kika got to make the Deagle work here. Where's the reload for 1 bullet left? And Shoking will continue to dominate the B-bomb sides here as Adrenaline will look in. He's going to get eliminated by Shoking as well. Shoking has had a pretty good half a train so far. They'll get 5 rounds out of it in the end, which isn't too shabby. I could definitely
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, all things considered, it could have been significantly worse. I mean, let's not forget that one of those rounds was
sorry, I'm supposed to be over here.
1v4 or something like that. So from Shoking, which was very unexpected. A couple of those rounds are very unexpected. So
yeah, but again, as long as you win them, man, as long as you win them, like especially in the last map of a best of 3 series, that's you're the underdog. Doesn't matter how dirty it is, just take it. So the sides will switch. I don't know what to expect of ViCi now on the CT side of the train. If they win the pistol, might be game on. We might see a long one like we saw in the previous map. Full of surprises. This team now they have the luxury of the CT angles, and it will be. I mean, I think the T side. I mean, the T side for Avangar should obviously be stronger. I think even with Mo as a stand-in for Sanji. But we're about to find out. We're about to see how it's going to roll.
Well, I would be surprised. Like, so the one of the weaknesses of ViCi's setups, I mean, I mentioned it previously, they like to hold 2 inner dedicated quite a lot. And it really weakens the A site defense. So I think Avangar are going to find a lot of success when they decide to just rush outside. I think they're going to get through T-Con and ladder pretty consistently without taking heavy losses. And
I don't believe you.
So that's where I think Avangar are going to win this game.
Advent's got a defuse kit. Advent and Ullman have a selection of grenades. It's almost a cheese board, but a violent one, if you will. 4 players above the B bomb site. I wonder if there are like Chinese cheeses.
I'm sure there are.
If the Chinese are interested in cheese.
I'm sure they are.
There's a Chinese
who wouldn't be interested in cheese?
Cheese of the day. HE towards the lower area. Owen's got the pop flash as well. I love that pop flash. That's going to delay the push on sidewalk. Really nice work from him. It's going to buy a few precious seconds for his teammates to make their way in as well. Looking over the smoke. Shoking and Kaze will get the opening frags. They're looking good for the time being, ViCi, but again, it can turn around, but maybe it won't. Busters in a 1 versus 4. Make it 3. Make it 2. Make it none. Jam Young will stop him in his tracks.
But is this good or is this bad? Because the Kriegs are coming, and they're coming to
It's good. Every round counts. Every round counts.
But what if they lose this next round, James? Their economy will be messed up.
Perhaps. What if they win? What if there's a Krieg and they take the Krieg?
Well,
I saw the Krieg. Mo's dropped a Krieg. He bought a Krieg. I saw a Scout. Everything's being thrown on the floor. So double scout on a T side, and that's interesting. It's kind of like teams like Astralis, for example, which is a common example in many cases. Let's say the T side have an eco and they've got deagles. There are certain channels, like let's say towards stop sign, for example, where they may try and invite you to keep re-peaking them, where there's only the channel is so narrow that they've got a fair chance of one deagging you, and if you just keep engaging them in that fashion, then you can suddenly find yourself very dead. And maybe the same can be had with the scout. But look at this forward play from ViCi again. One thing we've noted from them in this series so far is that they've been proactive as opposed to reactive. They've taken A main away, T-Con if you will. They've taken it away from Avangar for the time being. They're not going to just allow them to play their game by default, which is important. And it's great, like a self-awareness, especially when most of the CS you play is in Asia. You won't have as much experience versus European teams. To be able to do things like this straight off the bat is fantastic.
Indeed. Well, they will make their way slowly but surely towards Ivy. Deep position there by Adren with the Krieg. He's the Krieg man. Man of Krieg. 40 seconds to go now, so time is starting to be an issue. We'll see them rallying for the... So they're going to go for the T main and Ivy split. Now, Kaze is in a great position, although the Krieg is definitely strong, but Kaze is slightly stronger in this spot with the angle that he has. But the trade is there with the Krieg. Very well set up there, prioritizing the Krieg, and Orman over the top of the train there is going to do extreme levels of damage, and the Krieg is not going to be good for any more. It's going to be collected by the CTs, no doubt, as Buster goes down. And indeed, it's being collected by Advent, and I'm sure we know that's going to Orman. Give it to him. There it is.
It's going to give it to Kaze, which is also reasonable. Give it to the sniper.
No, James. Orman, he has earned it.
It's really sick, actually, when you see, because of when people have custom zoom sensitivity ratios, when snipers do, there's so much comfort to be had in a scoped weapon like the Krieg. So the snaps, if they use it in like a flicky fashion, it's really interesting to watch. 7 to 10, Adren goes for a Deeg peek. Somehow he's still alive. Jamyoung alone on the B bomb site. There may be a focus towards the ladder from ViCi. Now, this may be a slow one from Avangar to try and encourage the grenades to be used. Incendiaries are $600, man, that's a lot of money. Again, we've got that forward main take. ViCi not going to allow them to take those angles I was trying to explain earlier. That's good. Shows promise, Dan.
Tagging there from Mo. Getting quite deep on Ivy. These 4 positions have been given up by ViCi, and Mo will finally find a headshot. He managed to get so many shots off, it was only a matter of time. This is a little bit awkward. The positioning from ViCi is... They're pretty spread out. Deep position for Orman, there with the MP9. They can't really seem to trade him. Movement speed really paying off. He's going to get out of there. So lovely stuff. It's really hamstrung Avangar's rounds. One more kill would be pretty awesome if you're Avangar, but they can't get it. 8 rounds now for ViCi Gaming, as another buy is going to be coming out for Avangar. And I want to see the quick burst out of T main and ladder. I think that they will have success with this. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy, give it a try. Oh, yes. The AWP and the Krieg. It's a strong proposition that ViCi pose, but Jame with an AWP may be a stronger one. Pop flash towards B. Jamyoung is on the upper B position. Don't get too close to the flames. Don't give the information away for free. Advent is deep as well. Buster makes his way over. You can quietly jump on those boxes. There's a big flashbang. And I don't think Jamyoung saw Buster there, so one must be careful. Mo, Jame, and Adren towards Ivy, although Jame is moving away as the smoke is up. Well, Mo looks for information. Information he received. That leaves Adren towards Ivy. Buster and Kikas above the ladder. And Jame, it looks like, will go to join them.
A minute to go, and Avangar have to start making a move. They can't really lose another player to a pick battle. And they're going to go for that B explosion. ViCi are playing actually 2 around the bomb train, so this will be an interesting setup. MP9 of Advent. Now goes Keycone on the high grounds. Kree trying to find those headshots. T's all over the place now, and they are getting every single kill. Oh dear, save time for ViCi Gaming. I was worried about that given the setup. They didn't really have any, they were not kind of robust in defending the upper run. They didn't have an AWP present, so. An effective round by Avangar, looking to survive with 4, but maybe they'll sacrifice 1 to the hunts.
Buster's going for it. He's hungry. Omen with a little look. Kaze still holding the angle. Oh, I like the boost. Is it going to be a side run boost? Okay. Some circus tricks towards the end of round number 19. And Avangar make it to 11. They look to now break the money, which surely will be spent by ViCi Gaming around this AWP. Jaemyoung's got 3,800. Shooking with 4,850. Omen could drop something to Advent, maybe an MP9, so he can get grenades. Let's see what they go for. Still on the P2. There we go. There's the MP9 for Advent. And they've got plenty of grenades, ViCi. So will they make up for the... well, will they go for an aggressive play into A main? Not on this occasion. They're going towards Ivy instead. Advent starting to walk down with Kaze holding an angle. Seems Avangar were prepared for a forward play and will drop an incendiary, or a Molotov rather. Good awareness from them. There's the first shot from Kaze. Doesn't make a connection. I'm surprised by that. Advent will be the victim. 4 versus 4, minute 20 on the clock. Avangar not through any of the choke points just yet, it seems.
ViCi have actually gone really passive on the A side. Actually, as I said that, they're moving forward, so they want information. Perhaps suddenly fearing that maybe there's going to be a big burst into the B bomb site, and given the fact that the smoke was just tossed defensively there, Jaemyoung's job now is to just, if there is to be a push, just hold on to make sure connector stays under control. Don't allow the T's to kind of overwhelm forward position on the B yard. That would be catastrophic. Timely Molotov as well to slow things down even more, and the rotation comes in. So looks like enough has been done here, but they might go for the old switcheroo. Indeed, looks like they're going back to the A site. Totem drop into ladder room. They've got 25 seconds to plant. And Kaze is posted up, ready and waiting.
Out they hop. Surely that one should have landed. That's going to be very, very costly indeed. That might just pivot this round completely. It's 18 seconds. Bomb still needs to get planted. Shoking starting to flank now. James heard something, and now he is nothing because he's dead. There's a sprawl. He thought he was done for. He thought he was finished. However, Omen will, fortunately for ViCi at least, clean up. Everybody's been there before. You spray, you're used to the person dying by that time. You switch up for your knife or whatever, but they're still alive.
That was very good damage though from Avangar. They're kind of like doing a good job in setting themselves up to kind of put ViCi in a bad economical position. However, they must realize that position by actually finding the round win eventually. And this would be a timely one to win. James is always getting onto the AWP. Again, we're not seeing necessarily explosive rounds from Avangar. I really think that would be a style that would be effective for them. But either way, spread out into a default 2-1-2. Kaze will be forced back by the flames. So everything is taken care of so far pretty well by Avangar. Nice HE onto James. He's lost a limb. Lost a lot of his health. Right, so bomb's down by the dumpster. And it looks like they've got a player deep Ivy, so it's going to be an A play, presumably. They have the option to go B eventually, but this is what I was talking about. We've got 2 committed deep onto the B bomb side here, so it's definitely a lot of space to play with for Avangar. 45 seconds to plant the bomb.
ViCi Gaming are being patient. They still have 3 smoke grenades. So are we going to see some counter smokes now? There's one into the main position, but they're still going to be able to make their way towards the sandwich area. And this could be a little ropey for the MP9s, which are at play, because there's a push through Ivy as well. So despite the utility, they are outmaneuvered by the push of Avangar and then deleted around the bomb train as well. 25 seconds, they've lost Ivy, which allows the bomb to get planted, especially with the smoke up in the ladder room. Soon goes, and Shoking is there with the MP9.
Yeah, that smoke is going to maybe even cause problems for the CTs here. They're probably thinking of saving. And that smoke will serve to keep him maybe alive for longer. But Shoking actually tries to push. I think he wanted... I'm not sure what he was after there. I mean, like, presumably he wants an upgrade to his gun, but his teammates are not committing. So I'm not sure what he's trying to do. But it will be 2 players surviving seemingly for ViCi. I don't expect Avangar will find them or try to even hunt them down necessarily. It'll be 12 rounds going to Avangar. So they get closer and closer away from winning the series. And now ViCi are finally starting to have financial issues.
Yeah, Avangar are starting to pull away. The AWP is still in play, though, for ViCi Gaming. Again, when Avangar's buys were weaker, or if you can call them buys, when they were on eco and so on, ViCi had those forward plays towards A main, but I don't know how many we've seen of them in the buy rounds. They won't have the utility necessarily at this point for them, but maybe when they're back on the buy, we'll see some raised aggression from ViCi Gaming versus a full buy of Avangar. We'll see.
Yeah.
They've got the AWP for Kaze, they've got the M4A4, and they also have a tactical timeout to maybe discuss these kinds of ideas for the rounds to come. They haven't really bought anything just yet, I do not believe. Maybe the odd grenade here or there. Owen's dropped 600, as has Kaze, so maybe some early area control from ViCi Gaming. Who knows, maybe that smoke is for A main. T-Con, rather. I think that's a more common call out for it.
Yeah, I use so many things interchangeably at this point, I don't even know sometimes.
Yeah, it just depends on the nationality of the people that you're playing with. Oh, there we go. Isolation smoke from the CTs down the middle of the stairs. However, Avangar already have positions beyond it. So what do they read as the play from the CTs with that smoke? Because they're going straight into the B bomb site. Advent's here with the pistol. And now he is history. How much do you want to commit to this? Oh, I like the boost.
So it's pretty scary, though, to go for a boost in this position because it's often so many nades and spray that goes in there, but it works out. Gazi gets a pick off, and they weren't really expecting that. Sometimes you die, and you play the game a lot, so you just think, I don't understand because I know I'm safe right now. So it's it's interesting.
What is the meaning of this?
It was a boost. Shoking just looking to cause some problems here. He's not really got any investment, just a P2000, and it's going to work out. He's found himself a kill, so... oh my god, is he going to steal a Krieg? Oh, he gets a second kill. That's actually so insane. Shoking, he just had a P2000 and just like chilling. So I'm just going to see if I can find something. Gets 2 kills and a Krieg. That's massive.
Free stuff. But what is more massive is Avangar's score. They're so close now. It's been a long series. And maybe the end is, they can see the horizon. Maybe. We've had overtimes already, so... And ViCi have a full buy now. Now, I was wondering if they would go for the A main play on the next full buy. We shall see. They'll start with 2 players in the B bomb side. So there's no aggression from them just yet. It's playing a normal game, although Jamyoung is back upstairs once more, but this is relatively normal as we have seen on some previous rounds. Advent's going to throw a grenade for him, I think. There's a pop flash, plenty of blind players, but he's unable to finish off the job. Falling back if he can, but he can't. Goes back to the well one too many times. Look at the rotation from ViCi Gaming. Streaming through the connector position. That's a meaty grenade. That's a real meaty grenade. Mo will be disappointed, but what can you do?
Yeah, they kind of lost a lot of position towards A with the rotation, but it was a timing window which was not capitalized upon by Avangar, because Avangar playing it super slow. And at this point, ViCi Gaming only have 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs left, so the utility game is by far in favor of Avangar. It looked like they might be interested in going for an A play finally. After all's been said and done. See all the lineups coming through as well for the outside smokes. 4v4. So now I'm going to come down to the headshots. 25 seconds to the plant as well. It's a player in heaven. Could be dangerous. Will they try to get a plant in the smoke? Yes, they will. That's important. And there's the heaven player announcing his position. Now the reposition comes in. Advent goes down on the bomb train. Orman with it all to do, replacing that position around Advent, and he goes down as well. It's not looking good now at this point for ViCi Gaming, although Shokin keeps it alive.
Yeah, Kaze's coming through Old Bomb. They know where one of the last two players is. They will put a smoke up to create some space. There's a choke point now. That has been taken back by the CTs, but do they have a kit? Actually, Kaze does have a kit by the bomb. He's going for the defuse now. James dancing, but he has no angle to stop the defuse from coming through, and the round will be taken, although James will claim one more soul, but ViCi's made its double figures. However, is it a no? I was thinking, is that a curse for them, considering they survived with one player, but in some cases they have more money than the T's do, so this will be an interesting one. I think someone's coffers will be drained after this round, and if it's ViCi, then this might be the round that helps Avangar, well, wins them the game and the match.
Yeah, I mean, ViCi are going to spend basically every penny they have in this one. There'll be like maybe $2,000 spare or something like that, so, you know, in that region. And actually maybe a little bit more. Okay, they're not all finished buying it, so maybe I'll just finish. Oh, I'll wait until they finish buying, until they actually make that statement. But ultimately, the point I'm going to make is the fact that now ViCi, and if they lose this round, they've got absolutely no loss bonus. So Avangar could just win the map off of that. They could win the map off of this round. So this is pretty damn impactful. Advent still has not spent all of his money. He's got no nades so far. Hope he buys some nades. That'd be useful. There we go. Now he's starting to buy some nades. And got a kit as well. Got the second kit. Okay. So yeah. It's about $2,000 left between all of the players on ViCi Gaming. So they need to win this round. Shaking with a quick play into a ladder room. And it's the 2-1-2 default from Avangar once again.
Kika looking for Jam Young maybe in that upper area. He's not too far away. But Kaze has the angle. This could catch him off guard. But Mo's already through Ivy with 1:20 on the clock. Advent's holding the off angle, although he seems a bit exposed. Although Shoking is in a ladder room, but the way he's doing 180s doesn't fill me with confidence. Adren towards Ivy as well. Shaman Buster quietly around A main, and Kika will soon be with them. Now, who are they going to activate off of? Is it going to be Mo? Is he waiting for a peek? Some curiosities towards the Ivy position. Adren does the grenades from further away. This might catch them by surprise. Surely here comes the swing with the flashbang. Indeed it does, but Advent's got a very unusual angle. But he will be traded by James.
Yeah, making their way forwards now. They're really starting to do their work, do their magic. Shoking only good for the one from Sandwich. 3 versus 2 in favor of Avangar. Now again, a critically important round. Avangar break. ViCi's, if they get rid of all the weapons right now, ViCi are going to be absolutely screwed. ViCi must save a couple guns. They must save these guns. Yeah. Avangar don't really have a comfortable position to chase them either, so gentleman's agreement perhaps.
ViCi creeping away, and Avangar make their way to 14. This will be... They've won every round by destination in this half, Avangar. There's been the odd ViCi gaming round here or there, but... feels confident for Avangar now. I think they just are outmaneuvering. They're more polished, even with positions on train. And they're getting there, bit by bit, brick by brick. 14-10. What will ViCi, what will their decision making be? They've got about $2,000 per person, and it's actually Avangar who called for the timeout. Their last timeout.
Yeah,
this game.
It's still doable, like with these weapons that they've saved. I mean, they have to kind of they have to like save around these guns, ultimately, because they. I mean, if they save around these guns, they can get another 4-buy in. And so I think that's probably the best call. If they force buy around these guns, they will have not a buy next round. So I think that makes the most sense. So let's see if they commit to that. Looks like so far so good in terms of that. But yeah, there's an AWP on Kaze. And Jamyang has got an M4, a bunch of nades. They can do something, James. They can do something with this.
Yeah, I think Kaze just bought an incendiary and that was about it. But that's a lot of money. He's got $800 left, but we'll see what he chooses to do. I'm sure he will try to retain his AWP. Choose calculated risk. A flashbang forces him to fire his shot and from his position.
It's key info.
Yeah. In the meantime, James has his AWP down towards Ivy. Looks like he wanted to set up some grenades. See, he's not too concerned with running past the angle because he knows the AWP is or was towards B. So that's how you deploy the smoke grenade to one side and then the Molotov to the other. Something to clip and practice at home. That will allow Adren to creep up with a better situation than otherwise. Big flashbang with the lining up for him and Mo. Those are two big frags. Kaze now in CT spawn. Calculated risks for him as he really needs to hold on to this AWP.
Nice molly for Sandwich, and Jamyang actually with the M4 is able to hold down the bomb train for the moment. And Choking trailing a little bit there, but does find it in the end. Jame unable to get there in time to salvage it. Choking really wants that gun, and he will get taken down indeed by Jame at the end. Now Kaze is on the scene with the AWP, and that could be a problem. The scope has surely hurt, but
he's fast.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, that's a great visualization coming in there from him, and now Avangar really needs to make a move. They're committed to planting on this A bomb site. Their time is against them, and so is Jamyang and Kaze. Jamyang creeps forwards around to camera. Kaze is being lost, and now it's the 1v1. Great trade from Jamyang. Can he close it down? Such a critically important round. Can't really stress it enough, but Jay makes it work. Of course he does. Picks up the AWP again. Lovely stuff there from Avangar too. I mean, great stuff from ViCi as well. They only had 2 rifles, so they did a really good amount of damage.
What's kind of brutal for ViCi is that Kaze was ready to go and save the AWP towards the B bomb site, but the opportunities just brought them back towards A, and they got close enough to lose everything but not win the round, which leaves them with no AWP, a scout instead, 2 M4s, a UMP, and an AUG on Advent. They've got a utility though, again. Will they go for that aggressive play? It looks like they might do it. I see some grenades being lined up. No, there's no smoke in main. So, again, from the rounds I recall, that only really happened in the rounds where it was like an eco or a force buy for Avangar early in the half. Perhaps not feeling confident enough to do it beyond that, and it's meant a very late resurgence from Avangar. Round here or there for ViCi, but a landslide for Avangar. Some might say an avalanche.
Yeah, these rounds have been very slow. Avangar just running those defaults over and over and over again. Sweating ViCi out. We've got the set up to try to go for an attack through T, Con, and ladder. They haven't yet taken ladder control. We'll see them. We'll see Mo and James setting up some nades there by the dumpster as well. So here we go. All the nades going into the A bomb site. Quick flashbangs as well. Kaze though on a forward position by E-Box. It's do or die now here for ViCi Gaming. Scout, sorry, and he's going to die definitely against the AK of Adren.
Footsteps, a charge through main. Alman has the information, but they know Avangar that somebody could be lurking here. But is anybody checking right now? And how many can he really get? The bomb's planted. He's going for 2. Only gets 1. Jamyang is here as well. But it's only Jamyang now. 1 versus 2. To keep ViCi in the match. To keep them in a tournament. He spots 1 around the bomb train. But now there's a chance for a double peek if it can work out. Jamyang does not have a kit. He needs to find a kill. Going around the side, he'll be taken out by Mo, of course. 16-10, Avangar take the series 2-1, finishing things off on train, as was likely. But props to ViCi. I think they had a good showing of themselves. Definitely came into it as a big underdog, but ultimately Avangar will take it over the line.
Yeah, well, it's not too much for us to say, James, because the analysts are ready over by the desk.